The Big Yin. A biography of Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly, a name synonymous with raw wit, rebellious spirit, and a uniquely Scottish brand of observational comedy, is more than just a comedian. He is a storyteller, a musician, an actor, and an artist. His career, spanning over 5 decades, has seen him break down barriers, challenge societal norms, and become a beloved figure in the entertainment world, recognized globally for his distinctive stage presence and unapologetic humor. This is the story of the Big Yin, from his tough Glasgow upbringing to international superstardom. Born William Connolly on November 24, 1942, in the Partick area of Glasgow, Scotland, his early life was far from comedic. He was raised in poverty by his aunts Margaret and Mona, after his mother abandoned the family when he was just 4 years old. His father, a shipyard worker, was mostly never around, leaving Connolly to fend for himself and navigate the harsh realities of post-war Glasgow. These formative years were marked by emotional neglect and physical abuse, leaving deep scars that would later fuel his comedic fire. Life in a working-class Glasgow neighborhood was tough, but it also provided Connolly with a rich tapestry of characters and experiences that would later become the cornerstone of his comedy. He witnessed firsthand the struggles of ordinary people, their resilience, their humor, and their capacity for both kindness and cruelty. He learned to observe, to listen, and to find the absurdity in everyday situations. This keen observation, coupled with his natural storytelling ability, would eventually form the foundation of his unique comedic style. After leaving school at the age of 16, Connolly followed in his father's footsteps and began working as a welder in the Glasgow shipyards. The shipyards were a microcosm of working-class Glasgow, a place of camaraderie, hard labor, and often bleak prospects. This is where Connolly honed his storytelling skills, entertaining his fellow workers with his witty observations and anecdotes. He learned to command an audience, to connect with people through laughter, and to find humor in the face of adversity. However, the monotonous and physically demanding work of a welder didn't satisfy Connolly's creative spirit. He was drawn to music and the burgeoning folk scene of the late 1960s. He taught himself to play the banjo and joined a folk band called the Humblebums, alongside Jerry Rafferty, who would later find fame with the song Baker Street. The Humblebums toured extensively, playing in pubs and folk clubs across Scotland and beyond. This experience provided Connolly with valuable stage experience and allowed him to develop his performance skills. While primarily a musician, Connolly began weaving humorous anecdotes and observations into his performances, gradually shifting the focus from music to comedy. He realized that his natural talent for storytelling and his unique perspective on life resonated with audiences. The transition from musician to comedian was a natural progression, fueled by his desire to connect with people and make them laugh. In the early 1970s, Connolly embarked on a solo career as a comedian, and his star began to rise rapidly. His breakthrough came with a performance at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, where his raw, energetic, and often controversial humor captivated audiences. He tackled taboo subjects with fearless honesty, challenging societal norms and pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in comedy. Connolly's act was a breath of fresh air in a comedy scene often dominated by formulaic jokes and predictable routines. He shunned traditional stand-up formats, instead opting for a more conversational style, rambling from one topic to another with effortless grace. He drew heavily on his own experiences, his working-class upbringing, and his observations of everyday life, creating a comedy that was both relatable and uniquely his own. His early routines often featured improvised moments, spontaneous tangents, and a distinctive physical comedy style that involved exaggerated gestures and facial expressions. He was a master of storytelling, weaving intricate narratives that captivated audiences and transported them to the heart of his Glasgow world. His use of profanity, while sometimes shocking, was always deliberate and purposeful, adding to the authenticity and visceral impact of his performance. As his popularity grew, Connolly began to break into television and film. He hosted several successful television shows, including his own stand-up specials and travel documentaries. He also appeared in a number of films, showcasing his versatility as an actor. His film credits include Indecent Proposal, Mrs. Brown, The Boondock Saints, and Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Despite his success in film and television, Connolly remained first and foremost a stand-up comedian. He continued to tour extensively, performing to sold-out audiences around the world. His live performances were legendary, known for their energy, spontaneity, and unpredictable nature. He was a master of crowd work, engaging with the audience and drawing them into his comedic world. Connolly's comedy has always been deeply personal and reflective of his own life experiences. He has spoken openly about his difficult childhood, his struggles with alcohol and depression, and his battle with Parkinson's disease. He has used his platform to raise awareness about these issues and to encourage others to seek help. In 2013, Connolly was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a progressive neurological disorder that affects movement. Despite the challenges posed by his illness, he continued to perform and create art, finding new ways to express himself and connect with his audience. He embraced his condition with characteristic humor and resilience, refusing to let it define him or diminish his spirit. In recent years, Connolly has largely retired from stand-up comedy, focusing on his art and other creative pursuits. He has become an accomplished sculptor and artist, creating whimsical and thought-provoking pieces that reflect his unique perspective on the world. He continues to inspire and entertain audiences through his art, his writing, and his enduring legacy as one of the greatest comedians of all time. Billy Connolly's impact on comedy is undeniable. He paved the way for a new generation of comedians who challenged conventions and pushed boundaries. His raw, honest, and often controversial humor resonated with audiences around the world, earning him countless accolades and the enduring affection of millions. Beyond his comedic talent, Connolly is admired for his authenticity, his resilience, and his unwavering commitment to his own unique vision. He is a survivor, a storyteller, and an artist who has overcome adversity to achieve extraordinary success. He is, in short, a legend. The Big Yin story is a testament to the power of humor, the importance of resilience, and the enduring human spirit. He has shown us that laughter can be a powerful weapon against adversity, a means of connecting with others, and a way of finding joy in even the darkest of times. His legacy will continue to inspire and entertain audiences for generations to come, reminding us of the power of a good story, a well-placed joke, and the enduring magic of Billy Connolly.